Hi, Facebook friends, fans of Abstract Wellness. Thank you for joining me. My name is Carrie, and I am here with Abstract Wellness, and thought today that I would talk about things in relationship to hay fever, allergies. It's that time of year again where people are continuously sneezing and their eyes are watering and they've got a lot of congestion going on. And I've been getting a lot of calls and emails in regards to this subject. So I thought I would talk about that today as far as natural things that you could take in your arsenal, have in your arsenal. Actually, you should have these items already because the season is among us already. If you notice, there's pollen that's present on the vehicles, and we've entered into spring here in the United States. So, again, my name is Carrie, and any information in this particular segment and any other segments, you are more than welcome to research this information that I am giving you. You're also advised to meet with any physicians of your choice and discuss any natural or homeopathic remedies for your specific medical condition. Again, my name is Carrie, and I'm so glad that you took the time out of your busy schedule to join me. And we're going to talk a little bit about allergies, hay fever, things of that nature. And I wanted to hint on four ingredients or four herbal remedies that have a tendency of working, if not better, than some of the items that are currently out there on the market. And I'm talking about your Zyrtex, your Claritins, things of that nature. A lot of these manufactured drugs that you might need a prescription for or that you spend your hard-earned money for, and some of them are expensive. It adds up over time, have a lot of side effects, and they either cause extremely dry mouth, drowsiness, fuzziness in the head, things of that nature. So I wanted to just throw out a lot of natural alternatives for you. And everything that I go over today is available on my website. What you would just need to do is contact me directly and let me know exactly what you're interested in. I also have a allergy mix which contains these ingredients as well. And if you're interested in that, please contact me via my website, which is www.abstractwellness.com, and let me know that you're interested, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. The first item I wanted to go over with you is called elderflower, and it looks like it's little flowers, just really small, tiny. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up that much, but the elderflower basically is a flower that is usually used to treat influenza, colds, mucus sinusitis, feverish illness type of symptoms, and also other upper respiratory symptoms, tract problems such as hay fever. Hay fever is upper respiratory. And it's also in the family of relative of elderberries. You may have heard of elderberries as well. Elderberries are used as mainly as a cough syrup, cough suppressant, and they also use the bark, elder bark as well. But the actual elderflower is what we're speaking about today, and all of the attributes, as I talked about earlier regarding the elderflower, are very interesting because it specifically works on the mucous membranes, the sinusitis related illnesses as well. So if you have any sinusitis, and if you're an allergy sufferer, you more than likely do, this is what you want to have in your arsenal. The elderflower. The elderflower just alone will help you with a lot of really alleviate a lot of those symptoms that you may be suffering as well. And each item I'm going to go over today, it highlights different symptoms that go along with the allergies and the hay fever symptoms that you might have, is because it targets each thing. These herbs or these natural remedies, they actually target a lot of different things. for a lot of people, but these specific ones target allergy and hay fever conditions. The next item that I wanted to discuss is actually called eye bright. And if you look at eye bright, there it is right there in its natural form. It looks like some little needles, little shreds, little, herbal shreds. It's anything but. And it gets its name eye bright because that's exactly what this herb tends to focus on, is anything in the eye region, conjunctivitis type of issues that you might be having. Also, in relationship to reducing eye inflammation. A lot of people that suffer from allergies have a lot of pressure around the eyes, conjunctivitis, inflammation in the eyes. This particular herb, eye bright, alleviates those symptoms as well. And it also helps alleviate symptoms in the respiratory tract. It's used also as an anti-inflammatory, which is going to help you out in that aspect as well. You want something that's going to be able to alleviate as much of your symptoms as possible with no side effects. When I say with little or no side effects. And these items that I'm highlighting today have no side effects. That's the kicker. They're cheap. You can use them year round. There are no side effects. And they also get directly down to the root issue for your symptoms, the root issue or the cause that you're having the symptoms. These work directly on that root issue. So eye bright will first and foremost help alleviate any of those eye inflammation problems that you're having along the lines of the conjunctivitis and a lot of the blepharitis as well, which is inflammation of the eyelash follicles as well. So, and it also works in connection with sinusitis and upper respiratory tract infections. So moving right along to the next item. This item is called nettle. Looks like little leaves, maybe little oregano leaves. Does not have a smell of oregano leaves, far from it. Nettle, you may also recognize the name as stinging nettle. Stinging nettle is the little plant that if you're walking, you're going by this plant and it has those little stingers pointing out. That's stinging nettle. And at first, when it stings you, you're like, hey, wait a minute, what is this? And then the next thing you know, it dissipates. The pain or the little irritation dissipates. Well, that's because there is a chemical or medicine, I call it medicine, some people call it chemical, that is released in the nettle leaf itself. And that's actually in a reaction that there's actually histamine production in the body creates the adverse reactions related to allergies, in which allergies cause the uncomfortable congestion, sneezing, itching, and more. But stinging nettle has that anti-inflammatory quality that affects the key receptors and the enzymes in allergic reactions that prevent the symptoms of hay fever. So if you know there's a chemical reaction that occurs and that exchanges, that is what stinging nettle does. It basically counteracts as that it's an anti-inflammatory. So some of those symptoms that you might feel when you have the hay fever and the sinusitis and the allergy symptoms going on, the stinging nettle will counteract that. It's like a reaction that's going on when you get the stinging nettle into your system. They have actual tablets as well, stinging nettle tablets, but I like to focus on the actual raw herb in its organic or natural state, which is right here, the stinging nettle. Basically, when the hay fever symptoms first start, and when you take the stinging nettle, basically the plant contains histamine. So it may seem like it's is counterproductive as far as allergy treatment, but there is an actual history that histamines are used to treat severe allergic reactions that people might have. So if you think of it as, okay, you've got this histamine, this item, this plant that's got histamine in it, and you're having something, you needed something that's antihistamine. It's kind of like, the way that you think of it is you have a reaction, and then you have another reaction. This is a good reaction that you want going on in your body, especially when you're an allergy or hay fever sufferer. Some people can't get that relief that they're looking for. And if you go back to when I first spoke about this particular item, when you're brushing up against it and you feel that initial prick, it doesn't last for very long because of the medicine that's in the plant. Well, that kind of reaction goes on when you take it internally as well. You have that same chemical reaction that goes on as well. The last item that I wanted to discuss with you is called yarrow, and that is with a Y, Arrow, and it looks somewhat similar to how the elderflower looks. It's more yellow. The flowers are more whole. The elderflowers are a little bit more crushed. I can put them side by side. So this is the elderflower and this is the yarrow. If you see, the yarrow flowers are much more intact. They're intact. But needless to say, they are indeed different. They're very different. Yarrow fights bacteria first and foremost, which is something that you want to occur when you have any type of a allergy episode that you're going through, or a hay fever episode. The reason why you want something that fights bacteria is because there are bacterial infections that do occur when people are having bad allergy episodes or hay fever episodes. So you do want to take something that's going to also help you deal with your symptoms that you're dealing with, the sneezing, the coughing, the wheezing, the pressure in your sinuses. You also want something that's going to be able to fight bacteria as well. And like I said, this is a very good item to have in your arsenal. Also, yarrow acts as a decongestant. It contains like a drying effect that seems to occur, and it seems to improve coughs and sinus infections with sputum formation, meaning any sputum that you have that it's in your lungs, your chest area, you're trying to constantly get that up. For some people, when they're dealing with allergies, it's kind of like a wet cough, wet and thick. This will help dry you up, not completely dry you out to the effect that where you're feeling like super dry, but enough so that you're able to recover normally and you feel normally. You can feel the difference in your chest and the way that you cough, what you're coughing up. It's also an astringent. It's very helpful when you have this with allergies where the nasal secretions and the watery eyes are caused by molds, dust, dander, pollen, things like that. So it's good for sweating also. If you have a flu and you also have allergies, this will help you sweat as well. And it also helps with colds as well. So just thought I would throw that in there. It is anti-inflammatory as well. And it's also been used to treat arthritis, which is really, really good. And it's an expectorant. It helps cure colds, which is really good. So you have people that deal with a lot of allergies, hay fever symptoms. They may or may not have a cold on top of their allergies that they're dealing with. They may or may not have bronchial infections. It just depends on the individual and how bad it gets for them. I can say that any medications that they have to take, that they have to go out there and get a prescription for, I can almost guarantee you that those side effects are not worth it. You have so many side effects, and it ranges depending on the individual from headaches, migraines, to other infections that you may or may not incur, to complete dryness in your skin. I've heard of people that have had reactions to the allergy medicines that they were taking, and it produces eczema outbreaks, which is not good. It's actually pretty bad that you take a medication and you're expecting to get better. Some of your symptoms may lessen, but then you have other symptoms that occur for different things. And these products are not natural. They don't produce uh, the the uh, the results in a lot of cases that people are expecting them to produce. And on top of that, you end up with new symptoms, totally new symptoms, and you have to take it for so long. These natural alternatives that we've discussed today are readily available for you. There are no side effects. I cannot stress that enough. There are no side effects with these natural alternatives. You can take it in the daytime when you wake up in the morning. You can take it at noon. You can take it at night. You can take it any part of the day that you wish. Right now, what I've shown you comes in its natural form. You can brew it up, drink it as a tea, or if you prefer, you can crush it up and encapsulate it. It's totally up to you. The point is that it's a natural alternative to what is currently out there on the market. So, if you have any questions, any concerns whatsoever, and you need more information, please don't hesitate to contact me at www.abstractwellness.com. My name's Carrie, and I enjoy giving out this information. I do my research and I do my due diligence to make sure that you guys know that these items exist. They are for real and they are out there to help you. And I'm more than willing to do this work for you guys as well to help you be better and do better. Remember, go on ahead and like my Facebook page, get on my website. If you have any questions, send me questions directly, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you need anything else, give me a shout, give me a holler. Remember, to know better is to do better. Be well.